It'll take about an hour to do so, so it won't be too terribly long, and yeah, should end up looking pretty nice. Should. I hate this. I can't ever figure your damn password out again. Is it a capital?
No.
DAL.
TTNI 13.
I even forget the damn thing. Sorry. Sadi. What's up? What's up? We're getting ready to jump into it. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get on through B's here so I can see the chat without having to look over. Dadgummit, come on. Just get me home. There we go. Alrighty. Tree Fitty. Alright guys, good to see you back. What's going on? Tree Fitty. Donovan, what are you up to today? Oh shit, sorry. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to touch up these branches here, make them look a little bit more realistic. And we're going to do that with some brown and black. Oh, there's a PBTQ tomorrow? Nice. Yeah, probably after like this couple weeks, I'm gonna start getting back into standard, and we can start going to those tournaments. You just have to let me know. We need to communicate a little bit more. That way we can plan this ish out, and we can get some practice time in. Mixing up this black and brown here. Trying not to get like a gray color, because that does tend to happen. What? Did I not send? Oh, okay. Fine. About. I started. What time did we start last night?
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. Like 9.
9. So this is going on hour 3.
9-ish.
Yeah, this is going on hour 3. Color on there. Be fine. Donovan said, hey.
Hello.
Hey, Don, where's that arcade that you told me about? Is it on Rock, or where did you say it was? Was it downtown, or where? Should I do an ad a little bit more? Ugh. He said downtown near Old Town. We'll have to go check it out one of these times. Gonna make that a little bit more blotchy. Because when we do our overlay, that brown will stick out a little bit more, kind of making it look like those more branches just coming off that black, but that black will still shine just through, just fine. Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't even see that he started it. I had no idea. I'll have to go stop in though. Uh-oh. Unpacked did his, so I'm gonna go check it out right now.
Did his what?
Unpacked is doing his 1000 live stream. I'm going over there. Hold on. I ain't got no grudge. Alright, hold on. We're messaging Unpacked. Oh, is it over? I don't know. How many minutes can your phone hold a live stream for? As long as you can keep the batteries going. As long as you can keep the batteries going. Why is this?
He has been laying on the packs.
There we go. Hold on. We're gonna just listen to him.
Okay, so Meteya. Okay, it is a Y rather than a J. So here is Jace. Let's put him aside. He's probably done enough damage to these packs already. Obinovic. Okay. And Blissed Out Life.
Yeah, you too, Donovan. Take it easy, brother.
1,000. Yep.
Blessed Out Life. You're on ours.
Okay, so who do you want to bless the packs? I can get any of the Planeswalkers. I can get Howard. Definitely going to get this guy, so he will step off his podium here. And he will do
Alright.
some pack blessings here, so awkwardly holding along there. Incidentally, all of these
Oh no.
B just had an accident.
Get me a Ziploc bag.
What?
Can you please, just really quick?
There you go. All right, so we're gonna keep watching him, but we're gonna keep going on this though.
Thank you. That's the magical 1K. It was much quicker than I thought, to be honest. So we have another vote for Gideon. So let me dig through. You really don't want to see the pile of garbage in this room. I've got boxes everywhere. I'm going to be later on presenting some of the things that we'll be opening in the future on the channel.
All right.
And I'm going to vote for Elspeth.
So
Fox, so congrats, thank you.
do a nice
Yeah, I
just
did
like.
hear about that core 2019 spoiler thing. Supposedly somebody opened some in the Dominaria box. So that is very interesting. I wonder what happened there.
Open some in their Dominaria box? What the heck?
Fingers. Liliana, okay, so let us pick through the top box. Let's see here. So we've got a Bolus, Liliana, Gideon, Elspeth. Okay, so we'll get everybody set up here. Mr. Bolus in the back. Big thumpusy 16. We've got a Johnny. Okay, there's Liliana. A Johnny.
All right, getting this nice little green layer over those.
Okay, let's see. Bolus. Almost Bolus. Okay, so here's a Johnny. G'day, how you going? I really should get a flopped version with the fur, then I can like add in as I bless the packs.
All right, getting this green done. Kind of a nice overlay.
Alright, get this green done.
We need to turn that off. All right. Now, Perp, if you watch this later, those fireworks was B blow it open a freaking plastic baggie. All right, it seems like we need to make those lines, those darker lines, a little bit more prominent down there. Then we can blend it in with that little bit of a darker color. Or maybe we should just do that darker color first. No, I like doing the black first. There we go. Yeah, then we're gonna layer that now. Uh-oh. What's that, Psycho? All right. as dark as I want. Get a little bit of that darker green in there. Huh. Not really. See if we can clear any of this off here. Hunter, what's up, dude? Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. Oh, add a lot more black into that now. Maybe a little bit of brown too, maybe? Get a little bit of those highlights in there. All right. So now what I think we can do is we kind of take this same color and kind of relay it over on top of that, kind of give it a little matching type of feel throughout. So now we're gonna go back and add brown to those branches, make them pop just a tiny bit. All right, dude. a little bit more brown. All right. Yeah, actually, kind of just thought I'd throw it out there and give it a shot, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit that way. Can maybe get a little bit closer view on what I'm working on. The quality is probably gonna diminish a little bit just because how closely zoomed in I am, but you can kind of get a little feel because like the borders are so kind of dark. I'm wanting to get that color to pop in there just a tiny bit. I wonder if I could maybe add a little bit of... maybe I shouldn't do that. I was thinking maybe adding a little bit of white to this brown to make it pop a little bit. The thing is I have this side of the card darker than I do on the other side, so we're gonna have to balance the top part of that out, and yeah. Woo, excuse me. Yeah, I've done other altars. Here, I'll take a little pause and show you those. I showed everybody yesterday. Here, I'm gonna zoom out here. All right, so, hold on. Okay. So here's the Stony Silence that I've done. Got that one. Pyromancer's Ascension. Grim Lavamancer. Tormenting Voice. There's a Blood Moon. Pretty simple stuff on that though. So yeah, there's a couple of them. That's pretty much all the ones I've done that are decent anyway. All right, back into this. The thing is like, I appreciate that, brother. The thing that I wish we could do is, I wish I had my PC out here, or we need to find a way that we can play music in the background, because I think this would be something to, you know, just something to relax and watch and kind of learn from, possibly too, if I can maybe help out with anybody that wants to do any altars. I'm not saying that I'm any fantastic one at it, but I've at least gotten my feet wet and maybe can point some tips into some really first way beginners of it. All right, so we've got some brown in that, which let's take some time to look at it pretty closely here. You get some brown, doesn't really stand out too much. We need to fix her dress a little bit though. But here's the other side. It's a lot lighter. A lot lighter there. And then we need to do this top part here, which we're gonna do, and then also finish up with that. Okay, so what I'm feeling is like this definitely is too black. This was honestly just to get the border of it. We're gonna hit that black for the base, and now we're gonna touch it up with some brown to give it more life, and then go over it with some green to get some coverage over it and some layer, and then we'll go in and do our best to try and salvage whatever I did with that. All right. Okay, well, in this side of the light it looked pretty brown, but you can't really tell too much, so we're gonna have to wait and let that dry a little bit, and then we'll go over it with another layer of it. I'm pretty happy with all this on this side. Oh, sorry, what you can see down here looks really great. All right, that should be fine. All right, we still want the black kind of after tone on it, so we're gonna leave that. Sabula, what's going on? Oh, sorry. Sabula. Not studying or anything like that? Always seems like you're studying. Okay, so now you can still see some of the base coat, that gray there. I just put a light layer of green. I kind of feel like I want to try and get that grungy kind of greenish gray over there, and we're just gonna have like a two-toned card and whatnot. Because I didn't match this side up very well with that side, but there's not really any way to salvage it without ruining the card, and it doesn't look terrible, so we're just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so now we're gonna go over with a light we're gonna take this dark green we've got here. Very lightly though, give it another light layer. And then we can maybe add a little bit of texture. Alright, that was way too thin. I didn't think it'd be that thin. Alright, now the thing is, this black is really thick, so as long as we don't put that this layer on too thick on top of it, that will easily show. And this actually kind of adds texture in itself by putting it on thin, because the layer below actually shows through. And whatever kind of twists and turns you use with your brush to kind of put that layer on before, it'll show through in that, giving it a different direction if you do a different direction. Uh-oh. There was a Deeds skater boy with that cap. Deeds the professor with glasses now. We got Deeds the artist.
Oh, multiple.
Yeah. Uh-huh. You know it. I do my best to
All in one.
keep it all a variety. You know, B is a very special woman, but she likes a very wide variety of things. So I have to try and abide to all of them. Abide?
Abide.
Abide? Is that right?
No.
What does that mean?
You try to give a variety of all of them.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But abide is like abiding by my rules.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
I'm not giving you rules.
I hit that right on the knot. Right on the knot. Okay, so we're gonna try and there's this. I don't have any paint, but there's this thin line of green here I don't really like. So we're gonna go in maybe with, you know, I liked that technique I used earlier. There's this really kind of teal looking color type of green. Here, I'll show it to you. It kind of, yeah, that's the color. We're just gonna pour a little bit on there and there. Oh, there it is. Very, very bright color. But the thing is when you layer it, it looks great. It looks really good. So we're just gonna kind of give that brightness back. Put a little bit back in there. Just kind of liven it up. Oh yeah, looks good. We can even touch that down here just because trees go everywhere. They do. Oh, I could have put a tree that grew all the way up. That'd have been cool. Oh well. Next time. All right. I think we're gonna even touch up on this a little bit just because it is a little overpowering. Leave that kind of yellowish in the middle, but just kind of. And then what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna take and add a little bit of water to our brush, and then we're gonna go over that. That way it kind of blends onto it, and you're able to move your paint around the surface a little more. See how that yellow's still coming through? Do the same thing on this other side. You gotta do it pretty quick though, because you don't want the paint to sit too terribly long. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That yellow's still shining through, and that green is mixing great with it. Okay. Now I think what we can do, since we do that, we do have a kind of a yellowish white mixture. Oh, sorry guys. Have a yellowish white that we're gonna add and go, that made this kind of yellowish color, and we're gonna go back over that, and that's gonna look nice and blend in well with that. Okay. Man, what can we do with that? I think we're gonna, now we're gonna take a light layer of that darker green again, and we're gonna go over our big trunk. I mean, it's the big bush of the tree now. Very lightly though, very, very lightly. Good. All right. Maybe put a little bit kind of leading into it. Ah, nice. Okay. Dinner's ready.
Dinner.
Dagnabbit, drop me brush. All right, now we're gonna start working on our little light here. All right, what should we do? We're gonna get that, we're gonna take some white. Take some white, take some yellow. Shake that up first. All right. Made a big old mess with that. A big old mess. Okay, let's add some of this and mix it up. See what we can come up with. It's way too yellow. Alright, looks like we're going all in. Still way too bright. Okay, I think we're getting pretty close. This is pretty dang close. Alright, clear the brush a little bit. There, good. And get some water on there, blend it up a little bit. Blend that lightness with the white there. Let that green shine through. Still needs to be a little bit more yellow. Add some just a little bit on top. Get a little bit more water, just very, very small amount. Dab it off a little bit even before. Blend that in. And then we're gonna take the green, some green back over onto this to maybe make a differential and kind of have, maybe we can just actually, yeah, do this. Excuse me, we're going to take a little bit, and then we'll come back around with green, touch that up a little bit. Actually, we'll make it a little bit wider down. Yeah, I can deal. Come back with that with some green after. Now we'll do the other side. Probably just leave this side pretty cut and clear. That's what we could have done. We could have just done small little markings too, just to kind of make it feel like there's a dimensional kind of thing there. I don't want to go too far into it just because of the fact that that doesn't go much brighter through the card itself. Get a little bit more on the brush. All right, now the thing that I learned when doing these lines, if you're curious, let me get it on the phone here, is you'll want to take, you see how thin that is? This is a pretty thick brush. What you want to do is when you're doing thin lines, here I'm gonna zoom this out a little bit, the way you can see a little bit easier. So I've got my paint here. This is what I've been using. You're gonna take your brush, and kind of spin it. Get the paint all in the brush itself. And then once you're done, you'll want to kind of flatten it out and push. Like there, and do both sides to get a flat side on both sides there. Okay, and then leave a little bit there and dab it on the side so you've got a very flat image there. And what you can also do to test it is just test on your paper next. I mean your paper towel next to you. Get that a little bit, and if it's too much, you can always go back and just re-dip, very slightly dip it in there. And just to add a little bit. Extra. Nothing too much. Okay, good. All right, now we're gonna come back in with some of that light green. And just still not dark enough. Need a little bit darker. Perfect. Get this brush kind of out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And then kind of do that on both sides. Just blend the color over. Now I need a toothpick to clear that up. Get this on a little bit. And then after this, let this dry. We're gonna just go and add little textures to make it look like we got branches back there. Make it look like some branches, and then we're gonna be pretty close to done. Add some finishing stuff to it, and maybe do the bottom really quick. Just color that black and blacken out everything. Should look like a good card. All right. So we'll take Sorry, guys. A little bit of that in there. All right. Go over it with a very, 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 very thin white kind of color. Just to create that contrast. All right. Didn't look half bad. Okay, so what can we do now to add a little bit more? Leave that out front, leave that out good. All right, so now I think we should go back, darken those black lines a little bit in there. Right. Take a little bit of water over those. Blend them in a little bit. I'm just set. Just kind of get some water on that, just make them look a little more fresh. Okay. And sure, we'll also add a little bit more black there. Way too much. There we go. Oh. That's really it. His line is pretty dark. See if that can help out a little bit, Mo. Didn't even get any damn paint on there.
Well, you're wiping it all off every
I'm
time.
trying to get the damn thing in there. Get it straight though, because it's not getting straight on me.
Where's your super, super tiny one?
That's not gonna work for this. All right. Sweet. Now a little bit more prominent lines there. Good. Alrighty, guys. We're just gonna call that. There's not a whole lot I can do with this here. I mean, it's just gonna have to be how it has to be. So now what we're gonna do is we'll just do the bottom really quick and call it good. So for doing base layer, you want to make a really, really thin layer. Very, very thin. This is just to give your other paints something else to grab onto. Because the cardstock that they're printed on doesn't grab very well. So you just put this wherever you're going to put paint. Alright, you want to do is do your best to get as close on that box as possible. So even if you get it over the line, remember you can always just pick it off slowly with your toothpick. Where did it? Same thing with this little diamond piece too. Don't feel like you can't get any paint on it because it will come off as well. Appreciate that, Hannah. Appreciate it. You got done, B?
I'm done for today.
Yeah. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we got this. We're going to let that sit for just a second. Clean clean out your brush, make it look good. And we're just gonna let it fade to black. So we're just gonna do a thin layer of black and maybe throw in some green tendencies, make it look like a bush in there and stuff, but mostly gonna be black. I always forget that your brush strokes do matter in this because they will show up if you don't do a thick enough layer for your stuff. So keep that in mind as well. I'm not really too worried about it just because this is black, but if you were doing a lighter color, it would matter. Even now, even if this is too, if I don't get this black even, it's gonna show up obviously. Which I'm having a tough time doing.
Then you could just dabble some like dark mossy green, and then you won't even be able to know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get this bottom one. That's probably a good idea. All right. Ugh. Need me a pick. Okay. So now we're going to take some green and some spots. All right, getting some darker green mixed up. I don't want it to be too dark for it to not show up, but on the other hand, I want it to be visible. So adding just some black to this. I don't even know what green this is. Foliage green. Oh, that'll do good. And then we can also do a lot of a darker green over this. Ugh, I think the cat's farted or something.
They're all over there.
We weren't even showing it. And we just really want this light. All right. All right, about done with the bushes and kind of grassy area on the black background. Goodness. Yeah, it definitely doesn't show up too well, so that's kind of good. I think we'll like doing that. We maybe go over and touch over some of this really fast before we go over it with some of that neon kind of green.
You do neon. I think you should keep it dark. Like, honestly, you almost did too much green.
Well, I'm going back over it with a darker like finish with it too, just to. Like more of this, just darker. chrome brushes around here. There we go. Definitely darken it up a little bit. But you can still see the green tendencies in it. Just what we wanted. Alright. Now we'll clean up this again. Alright.
You do the inside of the diamond.
Huh?
The inside of the diamond?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
You just can't. Well, I mean, it's part of the legal part of it.
No, I'm saying scrape it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. So later on we could add something if we wanted to down here, but for now we're just gonna sign it and get it done. Oh yeah, I use this one. Dun, 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 dun. My brush is messing up on me now. Yeah, it's just clumping up on me. Don't know if it's wrong. This keeps clumping up on me. No problem, dude. We're just about to finish up. All right. I'm done. All done. Finally. That signature was probably one of the worst ones I've gotten in there, but it's fine. It's clumpy. I forgot to clean this up. Let's see you try and paint your signature on a tiny ass little card.
I can do it.
Okay. All right. Ugh. Oh, my back's killing me. Time for food. Time for food. Alrighty, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, sorry. Alrighty, y'all. Well, remember, good one, fortune will come your way if you succeed deeds every day. Peace, everybody.